Wien's displacement law of thermal radiation is a law that relates wavelength with respect to temperature. But before going to that, let me tell you one thing, that if you try to draw a graph taking the wavelength of that heat radiation on x-axis and the intensity of that heat radiation, that is energy emitted by the body per unit surface area per unit time, on y-axis, it is noticed that with respect to the increase of the wavelength, generally intensity increases, reaches to its peak, and then it decreases further, approximately this way. This, say we have done this at a particular temperature T1. You could have noticed that there is a particular wavelength for which intensity is maximum. You can call that as lambda maximum. Now, people have repeated this experiment with different temperatures. Next time the temperature has been changed from T1 to a T2 value, and again another graph is drawn. And to the surprise of the people, what they have got is the graph is somehow the same, but the maximum at a different temperature, is different. Say this is at a temperature T2, who is greater than T1. But lambda, where the intensity becomes maximum here, is not that of the previous case, not more than that. Rather, lambda max has decreased. Even if you do it for a different temperature, the same is noticed. So this is done for a temperature T3, who is even greater than T2. That lambda maximum is even further shifted towards the left. So what is noticed is lambda maximum, that is wavelength of radiation at which intensity of the radiation is maximum, is related to wavelength, is related to temperature in such a way that lambda m is inversely proportional to absolute temperature. This law is called Wien's displacement law. Or lambda m into T is constant. That proportionality constant is shown with letter B, where B is called Wien's constant. Its SI value, Wien's constant SI unit value can be found. Its value is, so what's the lambda value of that? B value is 2.89 into 10 power minus 3 in SI system. Lambda m is in meter, temperature is in Kelvin. So in SI system it will have this much of the value. So the most important part of that law, that is with respect to the increase in temperature, lambda m doesn't increases, rather it decreases. They are inversely proportional to each other. Lambda m corresponds to a wavelength at which intensity of the radiation becomes maximum. That law is called as a Wien's displacement law. That's it. Thank you for watching. You can solve problems basing on this, like lambda m1, lambda 1 T1 could be written like lambda 2 T2. Lambda 1 by lambda 2 can be written like absolute temperature 2 by absolute temperature 1. Be careful. This is absolute temperature. You shall convert any given temperature into Kelvin before you solve the problem. That's it. Thank you for watching.